Greetings, I am Christopher Cook, your Chief of Police in White Settlement, and this is our second installment of On the Job. I appreciate the wonderful feedback we received last weekend when we launched this new video series. We're having a gorgeous weekend with the weather, the rain has moved out, it's sunny, it's beautiful outside. I hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend. I cannot wait to tell you about what a great week our team has had also. It's been busy, but as I said last week, there is much work to be done in our community. So let's get right to it. We started the week off with a new initiative that was launched. We're calling it our Pastors Coalition. I was able to get several churches together in attendance, and we plan to meet every other month and discuss community issues, and also how our faith-based community can assist our hometown. I want to thank Pastor Kyle Neiman of First Baptist Church of White Settlement for hosting our first meeting. In December, we're going to host our next Pastors Coalition at Grace Baptist in West Fort Worth. I appreciate all of our faith-based leaders that were able to come out and participate in this week's initiative. It's going to bridge the gap between police responses in our community and match folks who have needs related to shelter, food, clothing, furniture, or other basic life necessities with our churches. We also have plans to host community events throughout the year with all of our churches getting together for a unified cause to help out our neighbors. I am truly humbled and super excited about this new endeavor. You know, police cannot do it alone. We need the community's help to reverse substance abuse in our town, to help people get out of poverty, and there's no better way than to start this conversation with our churches. We have some really big plans on the horizon as well, and I can't wait to see what our Pastors Coalition comes up with. If you're a church and you haven't got involved yet, you can email me directly and we'll get you added to our distribution list. Also last week, our team participated in the Tarrant County College Career Symposium, where we had a table set up to talk about the great things going on within our department. Now here's the great news. We are literally almost fully staffed with police officers and dispatchers, which is really an amazing testament to the amount of community support that we have here in White Settlement and the attractiveness of people wanting to come and work here at our department. Let me change gear real quick to training last week. Each year, our officers undergo various training topics. We were able to train on defensive tactics last week, use of force policy, force options to deal with non-compliant individuals, and those individuals who may try to harm our officers or our community. It was a great week of refresher training, and it's important for me as a chief to ensure that we build in time to regularly keep contemporary and important topic areas in front of our employees. Also on Thursday night, I had the privilege to attend the Air Power Foundation Skyball, the 20th anniversary, which was held at Globe Life Field in Arlington, home of the Texas Rangers. It was an amazing opportunity for our team to connect with the highest levels of our military assigned at Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base and our government contractors that support our armed forces. The event supports our nation's military branches through fundraising. As a veteran myself, it was truly an honor to hear the heroic stories that our men and women in uniform do while defending our country and preserving our way of life. The highlight of the evening was seeing a large group of young men and women take the oath of enlistment to join our nation's military. As a matter of fact, one of the young men in the crowd was the son of Lieutenant Roger Yount, our patrol commander. 17-year-old Preston will be shipping out to boot camp for the United States Marine Corps upon high school graduation. I always get chills when I see our volunteers raising their right hand to defend our Constitution and serve our great country. Speaking of serving our country, the big event of last week was a press conference held at Air Force Plant Number 4. This military production facility is currently operated by Lockheed Martin. Our team commissioned a special commemorative police badge to highlight 80 years of aircraft production in our community. The badge features three important elements. In 1942, right here in White Settlement, Texas, the B-24 Liberator heavy bomber rolled off the production line to support World War II. That's how our city became known as Liberator Village, due to the large number of housing units spread across our town to house aircraft workers. The B-24 Liberator holds the record as the world's most produced heavy bomber, with more than 18,000 planes built, with 3,000 of them constructed right here in our hometown. The second element features the F-16 Fighting Falcon, one of the most formidable military fighters in the world, and is really still in operation today. As a matter of fact, this is what our United States Air Force Thunderbirds still fly at air shows across America. You know, growing up as a young child in White Settlement, I still remember the Airplane Museum. It was located off Spur 341 near Clifford Street. I'd go all the time, almost every weekend. And probably around the age of 8 or 9, someone at that museum gave me a photo. It was an 8x10 of an F-16 Falcon sitting on the runway at then Carswell Air Force Base. It had the Fort Worth skyline in the background, the full moon. It was beautiful. It was a night shot. I misplaced that photo, but I began miraculously looking online, and I found a copy on eBay recently. And now it hangs proudly in my office. And so I definitely wanted to incorporate that onto our badge, because that is a White Settlement photo right there. The third element features the F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter being built right now on the assembly line at Air Force Plant 4. This is a testament of the American resolve and ingenuity of our aircraft workers. As a fifth-generation military aircraft, I'm extremely proud of the work that our defense employees do at Lockheed Martin, and I'll always have their back, just as our team has their back, right here in White Settlement, Texas. I love to hear the sounds of freedom buzzing overhead around our community when they're test flying their aircraft or the military is conducting training missions. We also commissioned a special coin that is still available for community members. You can send an email to my Administrative Sergeant, Michelle Lenore, at mlenoir@wspd.us to get added to our reorder list if you would like. We've had a lot of community support, and everyone's asking how can they get their hands on some of these coins. Speaking of commemorative badges and coins, we will soon be celebrating the 80th anniversary of Carswell Air Force Base and Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base. The skipper, Captain McLean, is working with me and a few of the other police chiefs in our area on a really cool collection piece, not only for our police department in White Settlement, but also for the U.S. Navy Police Forces, the Fort Worth Police Department, Lake Worth Police Department, River Oaks Police Department, and Westworth Village Police Department. We expect to have something out very soon to showcase our support for the military and the 80-year anniversary. Based upon the overwhelming support that we saw with the Air Force Plant Number 4 badge and coin set, we plan to actually take pre-orders from the community this time. So stay tuned, keep an eye on our social media, and you'll see that very soon in the coming months. As we get ready to wrap up today, I want to highlight the fact that I met with our 3 recruit police officers who are attending the North Central Texas Council of Governments Regional Police Academy in Arlington. You know, we hired them a few months ago, and they are progressing extremely well in their training. Matter of fact, they graduate in February. We can't wait to get them out of the academy and onto the streets. As they begin to get cut loose, we're going to have a community meet and greet with these 3 new officers so that you can see firsthand and speak to them and hear their story about why they joined the White Settlement Police Department. As far as upcoming events for the next week, I will be participating in the Tarrant County Veterans Day Parade next Friday, November 11th on Veterans Day. This parade event will take place near the Panther Island Pavilion in Fort Worth and starts around 11 a.m. There's a short ceremony and then the parade gets kicked off. Also next weekend, Saturday, November 12th, mark your calendars, the Naval Air Station is hosting the Navy 10-miler and is open to the public. You can actually run alongside the runway, on the runway, around the runway, and beyond. You know, registration closes very soon, so make sure you get online and get registered by November 9th if you plan on attending. You can just Google the Navy 10-miler, NASJRB Fort Worth, and the event information will be there for you. Thank you again for tuning in, and know this, the men and women who wear this badge, our professional staff team members, and those that work behind the scenes in our offices, our communications personnel in our dispatch services center, our team members who work at our PAWS Animal Services shelter, our fire department who goes out and about each and every day in this community responding to calls. Every one of us are doing a phenomenal job in protecting this community and serving all of you. I am so honored and humbled to serve in this leadership position, and where I get to tell their story each week. They do a great job. I hope all of you have a great week. Again, I am Chief Christopher Cook, and thank you so much for your support. It means the world to our team. Get to know us, your WSPD's finest. Have a blessed day.